Hey there, this is Chris Cartea, and well, I have been getting numerous requests from a lot of people on what does this look like on the inside? What does this Stryfe look like? Well, first off, the box definitely does not have the toss-away holster, but it comes with a 6-round mag, and there it is. We all know what it looks like on the outside. How is this baby put together, and how can we get rid of this pesky switch that I fixed yesterday? We improvised it. Me and Basic Nerf, we improvised it. So that you wouldn't have a trouble in Humans vs. Zombies or a mission-critical operation where you gotta lay off a shot on the guy. So, anywho, let's take it apart. Let's get a nice handy tool chest. Got a nice tool chest today. Brand new tools, spent about 30 bucks. It's pretty nice, man. It's pretty nice. Got all sorts of files, all sorts of stuff. We are also, by the inspiration of SG Nerf, who has influence to us all, we're going to shoot pictures while we do this too. So you'll have the long version, which is the video, and the short version, which is the pictures. Now if you get stuck on anything, just go to the video. Here it is. I did it. This is how I did it. Okay, so, anywho, first thing you want to do, get the blaster. First thing you want to do is remove the batteries, of course. You don't want to do this under voltage. Yeah, it's 6 volts. It's not exactly going to fry your hairs. But you know what? Why the hell even risk the circuitry, risk any problems, risk anything? Let's get rid of the batteries. I got some Energizer Maxes in here. Okay. So just take, you notice I take out this middle one, the other one just goes flying off. Well, there it didn't, but there you are. A nice place to put your spare parts. Part over here, apart from my Sprite over here, excuse me. Now, remove the magazine. Always remove the magazine. Make sure the jam drawer's cool. We're going to get rid of this tape that we improvised, which was an improvised fix yesterday. And we're going to have the tab exposed. Now there's two things I want to do here. Number one, I want to figure out how to fix this finger. Number two, there's a rumor going around that this runs a lot better on two 3.7 volt batteries. Okay? And the thing is that if it runs off of 2 batteries best, and we have 4 chambers, why not run it in parallel? Why not wire it in parallel? And if we have if we're running on 900 milliamp cells, that would give us about 1800 milliamps. I mean, could you imagine being able to shoot this thing all day at like 8.4 volts? That's awesome. That's just awesome. So we're going to take it all apart here. We got this back side. You got some mixed screws, you got some big screws, you got some small screws. But I just so happen to have a brand new Craftsman's Jeweler set, and I'm going to use that. You see how I'm doing it? Goes all the way out. Boom. Boom. I'm going to take another picture after this. Actually, Dad, you want to come help take some pictures? Take a picture of me unscrewing this thing? You want to? Okay. Just live and live in color, man. Go ahead and just fire off. Alright. Always unthread them all the way, and I'll show you a certain trick not to strip the plastic with the ABS plastic. Okay, keep your nice screwdriver, keep it straight, and don't use power tools on this. Do this by hand tighten it, okay? Hand loosen it, everything. You want to do this entirely by hand. These are what I would call precision machines. You don't want to sit there and, throw a torque wrench on it or anything crazy like that. Okay, so no impact tools, no hardware. So we're removing all the chassis screws from the shell. Okay. And we're just going off like that. Dad's doing a good job. He's taking some pictures. This is really cool. So we'll have both the picture and the video. Okay. I could not get here with your normal size Phillips. I had to use a small jeweler's one. Okay. You doing alright with that camera? Oh man, center button, center button.
Here, center button.
Yeah, center button.
Okay, just use the center button. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, hold on. Yeah, just use the center button. The ISO's there, the flash is there, everything. Just use the center button, screw all the others. Okay, so, here we are. We got all the chassis screws loose. Now we are going to try to figure out why this is not coming loose on us. Let's see here. Now put in mind, this is my very first time taking one of these apart. I have never done this. You know, I do things like this to show people, okay? Really snug fit. Always go from front to back or back to front when you do this. Now if you feel anything hang, you just loosen what hangs. There it is. Okay, there we are. Hand the camera. Okay, so look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at that. There's the whole mechanism for this thing. You got your flywheel motors up here and your flywheel disc. It's all one big assembly. I'm not even going to mess with that today. What I want to do is I want to figure out how to make this finger not do anything. But you know what? Oh, this is screwy. Why is it getting in our way? Why is it getting in our way? Look at this. Oh, there it is. That's why. I knew it was some mechanical thing. I just didn't know how direct it was. Let me take a good close-up pic of this. This tab right here goes down to the point that if it is fired, let's get rid of all the tabs. If it is fired and it gets in the and that's is not up, it gets in the way of this. Oh, we can't have that. As much as I like that, as much as I love that because it's actually holding the dart down, we gotta lose it. I'm sorry. We gotta just lose this POS that's blocking my path. Okay, so we got some switching over here. We got the jam sensor here for the door. This comes out just like oh, look at that. So if you want to go totally open, you can just you know, cross those two wires and do that. Okay. We got a little circuit board here with a little capacitor. Nothing big. Boy, you know, if I want to do my 2 parallel mod, this is not going to be easy. Probably, well, maybe it will be. Maybe I just put this back here, bridge those. Yeah, that might work. I'm looking at that mod too that I'm going to do. So, you know, you want to get rid of this finger? This finger's giving you trouble. It's this easy. Boop! There it is. It's gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's gone. There it is. No more pesky finger getting in the way of your plunger. There it is. Very, very simple. Just lose it. It's not going to get in the way of anything with it gone. And it's going to fire just fine. So let me do another one with it gone. Actually, let me get this in the picture here. Okay. Alright. So as usual, you got your pesky accessory rail spring here. Though this one's staying in pretty good. I like that. You got your motor here. And there is a trigger lock here. So, anywho's, okay, so if I go here and here, see now it's not getting in the way. See that? Not getting in the way at all. Doesn't matter if there's a dart there or not. Not getting in the way. So we are going to close this up. We're going to put this back together. Okay. I'm going to take this nice piece of beautiful Hasbro engineering. We are going to put it back together. Okay, you see any ones jagged like that? Just twist them out. Okay, so it's not dragging. Okay, years and years of putting blasters together and taking them apart again. I mean, rub off. Okay, let me show you a trick here. Okay. Oh, here, perfect. This one actually has a little bit of plastic there. You see that? Maybe you can't. Okay, but I'm going to show it. It's very little. Okay, what happens is if you got a little plastic on your screws, it tends to drag inside of it and it strips your screws. I'm going to take a nice close-up pic of this. Maybe it'll show up, maybe it won't later. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. You take this little bit of plastic and you wipe it off. Okay, you take your shirt. You know, my nice social distortion shirt that I just got today from Hot Topic, and you wipe it off. That way, when you are trying to put the screw back in, it doesn't drag in. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead, very slowly, okay, and hand tighten, but not too snug, the chassis screws. In a spring-loaded blaster, you want your 2 back ones first. On this one, however, because your motor's over here, I don't know how much it matters which ones you want, but I'm going to just go for the 2 center ones first, just to be safe. You want to make sure that everything's fitting on here, and if it's not fitting, try to figure out why, like this screw that protruded downward on me. Okay. There it is, there it is. So you want to make sure the whole thing is flat before you start doing screws, because if you don't, like, part of it can be like your screw can be out of the flange or whatever, and you could be in trouble later when you got all of them down. You're like, gee, why is this part warping? Oh, crap. You don't want that, okay? So, very slowly hand tighten, okay, and just kind of go diagonal with the screws. When you're tightening it back up, your first priority is firing mechanism, your second priority is trigger, your third priority is loading area, and your fourth is barrel, okay? So you, on most blasters, you want to go from back to front, but since the firing mechanism is all the way up here, that does sort of change the game. And because I don't have any parts that's really going to fall out on me, except my screwdriver, that just fell out of my hand, I don't really have to worry about it, now do I? Okay. Okay. Get all your grip screws. Get everything in about 2 minutes. We're going to test this. Okay? We're going to see if this dang thing fires. It should. It's real simple. This little plunger right here has a spring, and it goes down and it gets rid of it gets in the way of the actual plunger that pushes it into the flywheels. If you simply take it out, there it is. There's no electrical sensors, there's no magnetic anything. It just directly blocks it. And I say just lose it. It is not worth the time. You know, if you were crafty, however, and I would recommend almost doing this, make an aftermarket part that goes like that, stretches out farther, and then goes over here. I'm not sure if that's possible. Enough to let the plunger actually fire, but yet hold down the darts. Because one of the biggest problems I've seen with the Raven, which is a flywheel gun, is that the darts tend to pop up above the magazine. I usually take a double-sided piece of duct tape and then wrap it above it so it doesn't do that. There are people that glue pieces of plastic on the jam door, but this was almost like an attempted fix of that problem Hasbro had. And quite frankly, I think it failed miserably, because it gets in the way of your firing. And if you get a dart that's any bit odd, which of course Nerf darts often are, they're just pieces of foam with vinyl tips. They're nothing big, okay? They're every modder's nightmare, every player's nightmare, everybody's nightmare. This gun is not supposed to be that unreliable. So I'm going to do a check real quick of everything. Okay, so another picture. Yeah, definitely look for the picture of this thing taken down. chriscartea.blogspot.com. Okay. This is an extremely simple modification to do. Extremely. I was very surprised how easy it was. Okay, so I'm going to put in my batteries. Okay. And I had a screw fall out. I'm going to figure out where it is. Now, don't ignore things like that. You know, if you can, have all your chassis screws, definitely have them. I mean, your critical areas are indeed your mainspring housings, are indeed your wheel housings. This is the only screw that takes a regular screwdriver is the one for the battery compartment. And they say we recommend Duracell, and I say, ah, Duracell my ass. Hate Duracells. My favorite ones are Energizers. Okay, it was this one, the one right below the barrel. Okay. Just hand tighten it. It feels snug. You just take it. You don't try to over torque it. So anywho, all right, we got it at least spinning. That's good. So let's see here. Let's aim at that wall over there. Okay. Got a jam. But that was the dart's fault. That wasn't the plunger's fault. Okay. They happen. There it is, man. There it is. It is actually feeding. So anyway, see that lazy guy over there? Bye bye.